go for memory sequence 4.
Never done you wrong, sir. Never, I say. Mr. Owen, you are truly the most insufferable fellow I have ever had the mis- I have told you before, sir, I had nothing to do with that anonymous article. Nothing, I say.
That is a lie, sir. And you know it.
Bah, I don't have time for this nonsense.
Nonsense! It is my name and reputation you have willfully besmirched, sir. My very name.
Bah! Drive, damn you, drive!
That is Richard Owen, a vile, despicable wretch of a man.
Really? I could have sworn you were close friends.
Mr. Owen works at the asylum. He will know who made the syrup. Get him! Get him!
Faster, you nitwit! Faster!
Good girl.
Steady on.
And whatever Darwin is paying you, it's not worth it. Do you realize how much trouble you're in?
None at all?
Bah, if you're trying to intimidate me, Ruffian, you're wasting your time.
I've always wondered how much of a beating this type of vehicle could take.
Whatever Darwin is paying you, it's not worth it. Do you realize how much trouble you're in?
None at all?
Bah, if you're trying to intimidate me, Ruffian, you're wasting your time.
I've always wondered how much of a beating this type of vehicle could take. I just have a few questions for you, sir.
Whatever it is Darwin wants, I will not give in.
What about Starrick's soothing syrup?
Soothing syrup? Why would a scientist have any interest in panaceas?
I wager your life, Mr. Owen, that you know something.
Stop! I'm telling you, I do not know a thing. I swear, nor have I involved, nor have I ever
anyone selling that patent medicine.
There may be some truth to that, but you do know who created it. Tell me!
I will not ask a word on the matter. I am a gentleman, sir, and I...
How does this feel? I take this! Come on, you silly man. Next stop, the River Thames. Better speak now, old man.
Stop! For pity's sake, stop, and I would tell you everything I know! Dr. Elliotson! Dr. John Elliotson! He formulated the elixir! He's the man you want! Not me! I beg you, good sir! Stop this madness!
Now, was that so hard?
Yes!
That's the way. Here I come! Whoa, now!
Mr. Fry, I trust that you had a productive meeting with Mr. Owen.
Oh, yes, we had the most wonderful chat. I found out the man behind Starrick's soothing syrup is John Elliotson.
Dr. Elliotson, I haven't heard that name in a long while. He was a brilliant heart specialist until he became obsessed with phrenology and mesmerism. It ruined his career. Well, how shall we proceed?
Oh, with all respect, Mr. Darwin, I believe I should proceed alone. After all, we wouldn't want to attract any unwanted attention.
Sounds very wise. Good luck, my boy. Oh, and Mr. Fry, should you find yourself with any free time, please do call on me.
Mr. Fry, glad you're still with us.
To my side.
I thought you...
Where do you
You're
think
on the
you're
wrong
going?
side of the law now, ain't you?
Pull your weapons and fire!
Attacking from behind!
Where would I find the doctor? Ah.
As you've just witnessed, the application of too much pressure can sometimes result in unexpected outcomes. Unfortunately, it appears I've ruined the organ. Send up a cadaver.
At once, Dr. Elliotson. I don't care about your ethics. And I care even less about your damn patience. Now hand over your keys.
What are you doing?
Haven't you heard? You're fired. Now bugger off.
How to do it.
I shall resume my discourse on phrenology, the only true science of mind. The idea points out connections and relations which exist between the conditions and development of the brain and the manifestations of mind is no longer a pervasive.
What's the matter?
Very peculiar about that Dr. Elliotson. Oh, young man, help. I must speak with Miss Nightingale at once. One of the brutes stole my key, and there's no one around. I can't get out of here.
Stole your key. Don't go anywhere. I might be able to do something.
Oh, quite. Thank you, sir. Well, you'll know where to find me, sir. Oh, go on now, sir. I will wait here.
What was that? I'd better investigate.
There is something very peculiar about that Dr. Elliotson. His experimentations are making our patients worse.
I shall resume my discourse on phrenology, the only true science of mind. The idea that point out connections and relations which exist between the conditions of the brain and the manifestations of mind is no longer a pervasive phrenology, when rigorously practiced, allows us to discover each from an observation of the other. The science teaches us how to particularly identify, but also how to measure the mental faculties of a patient. For instance, this so developed organs found on either side of the lower back of its head. The protuberances previously measured established the correctness of these fragments. Undesirable propensities which were wholly suppressed by the use of this sort of ceremony. Despite the specimen's violent reaction to the procedure, the soothing what you have just witnessed is nothing less than the undeniable effectiveness of the medicine of tomorrow.
Swear I heard something.
While we are waiting, I shall resume my discourse on phrenology, the only true. The idea to point out connections and relations which exist between the conditions and development of the brain, and perhaps more importantly, the manifestations of mind, is no longer a pervasive. Yet, as we have previously studied, phrenology, when rigorously practiced, allows us to discover
Patients worse. I am sure of it. There is something very peculiar about that Dr. Elliotson. Dr. Elliotson cannot be allowed to continue his experimentations.
the protuberances established the correct providing its serum.
Dr. Elliotson
Despite the
cannot be
specimen's
allowed to
reaction
continue his
procedure,
experimentation.
the soothing serum anesthetises the senses. You have just witnessed nothing less than the undeniable effectiveness of the medicine of tomorrow.
There's something very peculiar about that Dr. Elliotson.
While we are waiting, I shall resume my discourse on phrenology, the only true science of the mind. The idea which exists between the conditions of the facultative brain and perhaps more importantly, the manifestations of the mind is no longer a pervasive phenomenon. Yet, as we previously studied, phrenology, when rigorously practiced, allows us to discover each from an observation of the other. This science teaches us how to not only identify, but also how to measure the mental factors. For instance, this specimen's overdeveloped organs found on either side of the lower back of its head, the protuberances previously measured, established the correctness of both research and medical observation.
The most hysteric wound is about you, assassin.
At last it ends. Yet I can only think of beginnings. A better tomorrow. Forged with the blood of visionaries.
All I see is the blood of a lunatic.
Do you truly believe murdering an old man will stop humanity's great architect? Crawford Starrick has a glorious design for mankind.
Designs are meant to be broken.
You're a child. A child who believes it can solve all the world's woes with a flick of a blade. Have you ever pondered the consequences of your actions, Jacob Fry? Or did your father teach you nothing?
My God!
Elliotson expired, and soothing syrup production has ceased? Outrageous!
Fry intends to endanger all of London at the hands of the mob.
Or perhaps he doesn't intend much of anything at all.
Thank
He's
you for
simply
that.
content to dice with our lives.
The asylum is shut up. Medical care throughout the city is in disarray. He cannot understand the consequences of his actions. The man is clearly an anarchist!
Gentlemen, This tea was brought to me from India by a ship, and up from the harbor to a factory, where it was packaged and ferried by carriage to my door, unpacked in the larder and brought upstairs to me. All by men and women who work for me, who are indebted to me, Crawford Starrick, for their jobs, the time, the very lives they lead. They will work in my factories, and so too shall their children. And you come to me with talk of this Jacob Fry, this insignificant blemish who calls himself assassin? You disrespect the very city that works day and night so that we may drink this miracle, this tea.
I'm nearing the end of my research. Our beloved London shall not suffer such a bothersome fool for much longer.
And what of this sister I've heard of, Miss Fry?
Miss Fry shall be gutted. Soon enough. Delicious.
Sorry to interrupt, Initiate. Thought you'd like to know that Sean and Rebecca got away from Otzoberg. Berg runs a unit called Sigma Team. Violet DaCosta is his tech support. They've been hunting and killing assassins for a long time. Thank God you're all right.
Oh, tish tosh. It'll take more than a Templar super soldier to end the glorious saga of Sean Danger Hastings.
I was talking to Rebecca.
Right. Anyway, Berg's presence confirms it. The Peace of Eden is in London.
The Initiate's data sync suggests it's the Shroud.
The Templars seem to want it pretty bad all of a sudden. They must know something we don't.
The only thing we know is that we can't go up against Sigma Team alone.
Leave that to me. In the meantime, keep a low profile. Let the Initiate continue to sync the data.
A letter? For me?
Owning the railway wasn't enough.